Hello, everybody. Welcome tonight to Evolution. We are in the off-season period of Evolution right now. As I am sitting here doing this show tonight, I'm also, if you see me glance over, I'm looking at the board right now for the off-season. As T2's been advancing pretty rapidly tonight, so it's been a pretty busy night tonight in the dynasty right now. So we're trying to get through the off season so we can get to season 3 that much quicker, which would be absolutely awesome. But just to get, as I said before, I'm going to be bringing to you this past. I see T2 is now online, but just to bring y'all a little something, coaching changes for this previous season. I'll tell you, it was a busy off season. A lot of people uh, went to some different places and stuff, and kind of surprising there. And then we had some people uh, move on out, so kind of shocking there. But as we go, I'm going to go bottom to top. Not starting with my team, but I'm going to go bottom to top as you see it on the TV screen with as it says Dynasty Central, starting with Kamish. T2 with Rice, he decided after a long deliberation over the offseason, he decided to stay at his school right now. He's done great things, turning the program around. The biggest question mark now for this offseason is who do they have to replace the big hammer, Sam McGuffey, um, unless he's a senior. But we'll check that in a few minutes. But but that would be a major question right now. Is who's going to replace Sam McGuffey? Unless he is a senior. He was a freshman at, yes, there he is. He is a senior this year, so T2 gets Sam McGuffey one more year at the helm, and he's got quite capable. Sam McGuffey rushed for 484 his junior year, 484, 9 touchdowns, and he had 481 receiving with 4 touchdowns in receiving. And then last season he blew it up, 1,000-yard season, 1271 for his yards, 19 touchdowns. And so right now for his career total, he's got 28 touchdowns. So he's done very well. And then in receiving, he added 562 yards, so a lot more last year than he did the previous year. But his receiving touchdowns were down a little bit. He only had 2. He had one of those against my Warriors in our battle. So interesting battle there. But he has 1,043 yards receiving total for his career and 6 touchdowns. So McGuffey going into his senior year, and he's only attempted 1 pass. And that was in, actually he's 1 for 3 in passing with 10 touchdowns. And one of those was a passing touchdown and 1 interception. So obviously his passing game is not stuff to be made of. His backup under him is Charles Ross. He touched the ball 73 times last season for 308 yards, 6 touchdowns, and received 170 with 5 touchdowns. So his backup is pretty capable too in case McGuffey gets hurt, but we're hoping that doesn't happen. And Taylor Cook is a senior this year as they did lose. Their senior quarterback. Well, they lost him for the year last year, but Nick Fanuzzi. So Taylor Cook will be the projected starter, I'm going to say right now. He threw for over 3,000 yards last year, 18 touchdowns, 14 picks. And Taylor McGrew came in behind him with 1,075 yards, 13 touchdowns, 4 picks. He took over most of the end of last year due to Cook having difficulty finding his receivers. So good balance there. It will be interesting as we go on. UCF, Saxon Gators, he's got an interesting lineup to deal with as he also has to, as he had to deal with some losses in his teams also. He's got a big time holes to fill there too. But it will be interesting see what he does with the talent he's got right now. As Clint Shelf will be his projected starter, along with Jeffrey Godfrey and halfback Jonathan Davis. He's the projected starter. He only had 450 yards last year, so he's going to be a major player in that. And they do have a senior fullback, Brendan Kelly, so he's going to be a big addition. He only ran for 14 yards last year, so obviously the fullbacks don't get that many touches in the game. And Quincy McDuffie gets is the senior at wide receiver. The Lexington Gators, after much deliberation, I mean, what has he done besides win at UCF? So he decided to stick around and continue his legacy there at UCF. So great job, Lexington Gators. Myself, Bama grad, Hawaii. I also decided to stick around. Ran my 2-year term, and then I decided to stick around. Much deliberation with other teams and stuff, but 2 successful seasons back to back, 2 bowl appearances. I finished 2nd and 3rd in the WAC both years. One coming up short against Boise State, and then last year Zickery with Nevada just blew the door down, going 8-0 in the conference, and I finished 3rd that year and made the bowls, made 2 bowls already. So 15 and 11 for my career at Hawaii right now. So not bad, not bad. Still a lot of room for improvement. I do lose key seniors in Bryant Manise and Austin. Those 2 will be heavily missed as they really just fed off each other over previous years. So it will be interesting to go from there. Zickery, who had Nevada last year, just unbelievable year. Went 10-2, 8-0 in the conference. Great turnaround for that program. But he decided that 1 year at Nevada was enough, and he bolted for Oklahoma State. So we'll have to see what he does with Oklahoma State Cowboys, as obviously the AD over there felt that Zickery was their man, so he offered the position to him, and he took it. So no, what else can you say? It's going to be a good year either way. And Semi 24, things were not quite as rosy at UNLV as everybody thought. Last year's season just kind of imploded on him as he was trying to put in a option-based offense. Team fell apart. Only 2-10 last year. He was canned at UNLV. The AD felt like he was not the man for that position. So after searching high and low for its position, Semi 24 decided to come to Ohio and take over the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. So it will be interesting what he does with the team in his first year at Miami of Ohio. It will be interesting to see what type of offense he runs with Miami of Ohio. Traditionally in the past, of course, they've had great alumni come out of that program. Most notably, Ben Roethlisberger with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Back when Big Ben played, he was a passer. Will Semi 24 stick to that game plan? We shall see as the first year creeps up on us. RYTY 32, kind of up and down years with UTEP. Successful the first year, kind of struggled the second year, but he decided to take the plane somewhere else as he took the job at Kent State. So that's going to be quite a challenge for RYTY 32. So I can't wait to see what he does with Kent State. Can he get the Bolts into the bowl game, as he has a tall task in that conference, as we shall see what happens there. Indy Colts 79, great success. First year was a little rough. Great success last year. Made the bowl, won it, finished 12-1, and a great job by Indy Colts 79. He decided to stick around at Wyoming, so great job there, my friend, as you continue great tradition there at Wyoming. Indy Ballin at UAB decided to stick around at UAB, as he felt like there's just more work to be done there at UAB. And I certainly hope that things turn around for him. He's had back-to-back losing seasons, not by much though. They've both been close, so hopefully he can turn around this year, get the train rolling the other way, and make a bowl bid this year. This upcoming season, I certainly would like to see that happen. So moving on, we have Bob Jr., who gave me quite a scare He and I battled a classic overtime game last year at Louisiana Tech, and this year he decided to go elsewhere as he takes over Kansas Jayhawks, a team that's kind of been a little under the weather lately, uh, as they just not done well in the past under their previous coach. So Bob Jr. hopes to turn his fortunes over there at Kansas. Of course, he's in the Big 12. That's going to be a major challenge for him in dealing with the likes of Texas, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Nebraska, and all those teams. So we'll see what happens there with Bob Jr. Much success to you, my friend. I hope you can turn around there at Kansas. And Big Bear at San Diego State, he decided to stay there. And why not? He's had success there. And I had a great season last year, made the bowl. And so I can't wait to see what happens here. And also, age 22, he decided to stick around at Colorado State. Why not? The Rams have been rolling since he's been there, and he's just done a fabulous job with the team since then. And what else can you say more than that? Biggest shocker, I say to me, is Emma Frisk. He took over Utah State Aggies, hoping to really do something with that team, and the talent level was just not there for him. He had two back-to-back just murderous seasons at Utah State. Last year, he ended the year 3-9, one win more than Simi 24, who ended his season 2-10. But Utah State decided that they had enough of Amador Fresh. They fired him on the spot, and Amador Fresh then decided to leave the league. So best wishes to you, my friend. I know I'll see you in other leagues, including the OMFL and all those leagues where you are very prevalent over there. But best of luck to you, my friend. And filling in his position as a new user, SD22, he will be taking over the Idaho Vandals. So I get another rival into the mix in the WAC. So it will be an interesting season this year as we get ready for this upcoming season. It will be very interesting. I'm implementing a new offense in my new Hawaii Warriors. So we'll see what happens as the year rolls on. And as we conclude tonight's evening, we had an awesome first two seasons. We had more users than we did last season, getting into bowls, so that was awesome. And I hope to see much more success with this group, plus one SD22. Welcome to the league, and I hope to see many more. Hopefully, we can have great success all year long and move on from there, and great success all the way. So let's just get this thing done. Let's get to season 3. I'm very excited and hope to get things going pretty soon. As right now, as I'm looking at my stats right now, I pretty much got 100% green all across the board here right now. So what can you expect? The AD loves me. But other than that, this concludes the coaching changes that we've had for this off season. It was a busy off season, but I think we've done very well. Have good big guys move elsewhere. I also have some guys just say, "Hey, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm going to stay right there." So best of luck to you, gentlemen, on this upcoming season, season 3, which we hope by this weekend will get going. And when that does, I will be bringing it to you week by week, and all the way to the end of the season. So until then, gentlemen, I bid you adieu and good night.